In this clip, we're gonna work on the textures for the base of the gramophone. So before we start painting or applying any material to this gramophone, I will bring in a couple of references. So as you can tell here, this is gonna give us a direction of how the quality of the materials and the textures should look. And you can tell that specifically for the base of the gramophone, we have this kind of glossy fake wood material. Then with the other reference, you can tell a little bit of how the metallic part and the rust of this gramophone should look. So now let's go back to Substance Painter. And the first thing I wanna do is go and make sure that I'm working in the correct texture set. So in this case, it's gonna be 1001, and that's gonna be our texture set. The other thing that is worth to mention is that between clips, I went and applied all the channels and prepared the scene in the same way and fashion that we have doing it for the older clips. So we have our look development rig and our specular channel add to each texture set. So now let's go to our layers and to our shelf tab. So I will go and start with a smart material. I will type wood and see the different type of woods that the smart materials will have. So let me just go and type there wood, and then let me go down here. And I will start with the wood chest stylized. So I will drag that one there. And as you can tell, this will apply our wood material here. However, it's not looking quite well as the one we wanted. So the first thing I will go and do is basically turn off for now all these layers. And on the color, I will start picking up our color, our base color. So I will go ahead and change the color to something that is a little bit darkish and maybe a little bit more red. That will work quite well for us. Then let me just desaturate it and give it a little bit more of brightness. Something about there. All right, now I will work on this fibers channel or this fibers layer. And the first thing I want to do basically is change this to triplanar for the projection. And this will give us a little bit of seamless texture for this wood pattern. Then I will bring in this sharpen layer, which will not work for us because we can see a little bit of the seams. So I basically will get rid of that one. Now that I have get rid of that one, I will bring in the other two extra layers, and this is going to be our base of the material. So now that we have this one here, what I want to do is go and copy this material. So I will hit Command C on my keyboard and Command P again, and that will copy and paste this material. Now I will open all of our layers and I will go to the fibers and rotate our direction for these fibers. And I'm doing this because I want to basically change the direction for these inner parts of this gramophone, which is gonna enhance a little bit of the look. Then, as you can tell, the scale has changed. So in order to appreciate a little bit better the quality of this, I will go to our texture set setting and I will change the resolution to 1024. Then I will go back to our layers and I will go back to the UV scale and I want to change this to maybe a value of 2. All right, so this to me feels a little better. Then the next thing I want to do is close this and I want to mask this with a black mask. So this will get rid of that. And then I will add a filter. So I will go here to this icon here and add a add color selection. So as we remember from our previous clip, this will allow us to pick based on this ID mask some color to generate a new mask. So I will go here to the picker and you can tell that our ID map has appeared on our viewer. I will pick the red color. And then what I want to do is basically change the value. So as you can tell, this has basically masked the material below. So let me just bring that back. And then we can see how this is changing. So basically we are only keeping the area of this mask into the new material. So this is working pretty well for now, but I now want to add an additional layer, and this is going to be the glossy quality of this material. So in order to do that, I will go to our shelf, I will go to our regular materials, and I will look for a plastic material. So this one here, the plastic glossy pure, will work very well for us. So I will drag this one here, and I will put it in top of the other two layers. And the first thing that you will notice is that basically the height map of the other wood textures has been passed through this layer. And that's something that we don't want. We want to keep this as plain as possible. So in order to fix this, I will step on each independent layer. I will go to the height channel and basically disable any information that we're carrying on for that wood. So again, on the height channel, I will go here and disable this layer. Alright, so now that we have this, let me go back to our plastic pure texture here, or layer, and then I will go back to our color and disable the color, because that's the color that we don't want. We only want to keep the wood texture that is below. As you can tell, this is starting to look a little bit more close to our reference. This is looking like fake wood material that has a little bit of glossiness in top of it. So I will stop this clip here, and in the next clip I will work on the imperfection of this material, because at this point this is feeling really perfect, and that's something that we don't want.